Okay, I hope Mana doesn't do the mistake and think like he's like the worst player between these two and just gonna do super cheese or something. I don't know. Maybe Serral is gonna do super cheese. That series looked very good though from Mana. He looks very on point. But you definitely see like this guy is a micro machine and his macro is very good, but it's not like top, it's not like world class, right? But his micro, it can be world class. Like when I say world class, I mean champion caliber, right? Oh, yeah, Forge, okay. Cannonrush, ladies and gentlemen. This is a later game. No, it's not. It's from the Home Story Cup. But we'll have a Cannonrush. There's the probe coming in. The Overlord is gonna see it though, right? Yeah. He builds 4 probes. Is this gonna be enough? It's gonna make another cannon behind, I guess. Yeah, it's gonna pile on this up. Gonna make another cannon. And he can pile on this up again. So he's gonna have one safe cannon. This cannon is placed so it can pressure the hatchery and it will also help. Ah, he's gonna let it finish though. He kills one drone with that cannon. Oh, run the probe! Run the probe! Oh, he loses a probe. If he loses the second probe, oh no! This is not how this is supposed to work. Oh my god, this might be defended. He needs to make one more cannon down here. What are you gonna do now? Cybernetic score? Yeah, you want that here as well, kind of. Look at that. It just doesn't do anything right now. It just sits there. It's like a glorified proxy, which is impossible to kill at this point because it has a cannon. Yeah, Serral is he's so smart, man. He's just trying to hit the Zealot from behind because he knows if the Zealot walks back into look at that, 2 probes come in. Yeah, losing both probes to drones, that was such a big mistake. Insane. He completely depleted the tempo, look at that, and he had no choice, like he can't make that cannon anymore close enough, so he needs to kill this with the Zealots now. Or Stalkers. He doesn't have the mining, like the money isn't there for the Stalker. What is he? There you go. Finally, but look at that. No shield batteries. Just cannons. Now the Lynx are walking around. Now he needs to make a cannon down here somewhat. Or fully wall this with a gate or something. Are you gonna place a Nexus? Maybe he says like, alright, it's only 4 links, we can handle this. He's not gonna have enough money and time, so this probe is just a wasted unit. Yeah. See, it's fully unpowered, now he doesn't have a gateway, he can't make any more Stalkers. He's actually walking back another probe. So he recalled the Stalker to kill the Lynx. Serral just made 3 Spine Callers and 4 Queens and is pushing this back because he has the superior healing power. And he can fight 3 against 1. This is so over. Losing those both probes, completely resetting the tempo. No extra cannons being able to be thrown up here. Yeah! Look at that dirty Proto scum. That's how you defend a Cannonrush. You just kill the probes. But yeah, that's also how you not execute a Cannonrush. You do not lose your probes. Can't believe it. Amateur mistake then. Alright, let's see if this game is going to be any different here. In the top left we've got Serral already in a 1-0 lead, and in the bottom right we've got Mana. Oh, coming off a failed Cannonrush doesn't feel too happy, I can assume. Okay, another Cannonrush. Let's see if it works this time. So this pylon is seen. Is he gonna throw down a gate or a cannon first? He's gonna make the gate first. There's a space for the cannon. There's the drones coming. And he wants to jump the probe out, but it will be seen. The drones are not perfect on time though. So he does get away with the probe for now. And this looks solid. You do want to cancel this pylon to make the additional cannon. There we go. This is already at half health, so this should be fine. And next step is gonna be the cybernetics core. You cannot lose both probes. You need to stay alive with one probe. Of course you can kill these drones with the probes if you're good enough. Oh! So he doesn't get any of the drones, but he gets the position. Is this gonna be cancelled? I think you cancel this, yeah. When Serral tries to walk through, the cannon is finishing up. It only gets one shot off. The probe did turn around, and now the hatchery will be taken, but he can't cannon rush this again. Is he gonna throw down something else first though? So he gets another gateway. He gets the cybernetics core at home, gets another gateway. He's gonna walk down there with the zealot. He's gonna hit that with the zealot. Okay, so you also want to get the scout into the main. Did he lose one probe? Might be. I think yeah, he just walked into the main, and he needs to see the roach horn. He does find the roach horn, so he knows what's up. Serral is gonna play one base. He's gonna be forced one base for a while, which is also it's never a good spot as a Zerg because of the hatchery mechanic and the lava mechanic, right? So Zerg, honestly, at this point, what you kind of want to do is make an in-base hatchery. You need that extra production because even on one base, one hatchery is not going to be enough. And Mana, what he wants to do is he wants to get this blocked off. So he will have a definite contain. Now with the Stalker, that's going to be fine. He has that one cannon. The Stalker is going to be movable, and all of, like, even with links you can snipe a drone. And this base, let's see if it's going to be cancelled or if he lets this finish, because that's the only drone. Okay, so he lets this finish. But what is he gonna do with this? He's gonna just do some creep down there? He will lose the base. Oh, the Stalker walks into the Ravagers here. That's a little bit unfortunate for the Stalker. Already losing his shields here. Means the shield battery is already down. Doesn't have the energy. Now he's making a few links from this position. So he used this hatchery, 340 minerals, to make 2 sets of links. Serral maybe not with the perfect responses here. One adept coming in, snipes a drone. Of course, every drone hurts so much right now. But you kind of need to force these Ravagers away from, like, you cannot have this contain fall. He snipes the creep tumor. Now Link's coming for the flank. Look at that. Those Links, that's the stuff he made from that hatchery he had die off. So he might lose one. Oh, nice transfuse there. He's barely holding this for now. That's that's a unpower on that gate before the warp gate finishes, and he needs to throw down another pylon. Okay, he has a backup pylon here. But that gate is a lot of his production. I think that's his 50% of his production. Oh, he can snipe those Ravagers now. He loses another pylon, but his gateway is still online. He still has a couple shield batteries here. One photon cannon trying to be warped in here. Can he get those frickin' queens and Ravagers? Like, if he can kill these Ravagers off. Oh, that transfuse again. Serral always with the backup transfuse, but he should be out of energy very soon here. Some nice biles here. Cannon though is gonna almost kill off a roach. That roach is gonna be morphed. Can you snipe the roach here? Yes, he gets the snipe, but he loses a Stalker in the process. This is all in here for Mana. Can he make this happen? Can he make this work? He's starting to dwindle in the numbers of Stalkers. He needs that additional production gateway. It's still unpowered. He's making another gateway because he cannot get up a pylon close enough to this gate to get it running again. Honestly, one pylon over here somehow to get the shield battery powered again will also be quite nice. He has a couple more backup shield batteries here. We're looking at 5 shield batteries, 1 unpowered. But the Ravagers are starting to fall. Roaches also. Oh, walks one stalker into bile. That's a huge mistake here. Should never happen. In the end, one Ravager still survives. Another Transfuse is gonna come in, and the shield battery is out of juice again. This is where you build a Nexus here to get the extra energy and the overcharge. Nice bile there on the Warping in Stalker. And another Ravager coming in. He needs to finish off that Roach. If the Ravager egg does complete, it's gonna fully heal up again. And we see more and more buildings here being thrown down by Mana. He's chrono boosting that gate. Look at the money. And finally, he has the double warp in. 2 Stalkers being warped in here. Finally, the potential to overwhelm this force from the Zerg player. Serral does outpower another shield battery. But Mana instantly showing up with another pylon here. But it's not here right now. It is stacking up energy though. So once this pylon finishes... Oh, he needs to be careful with the probe though. If he loses his probe, this is gonna fall apart. It's gonna throw down another pylon back here. This is another gate unpowered. 2 gates are unpowered actually. This pylon does not reach. And that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back here. If Serral can keep on pushing. 2 gates unpowered. It's 3 unpowered gates here right now on the front lines. No stalkers coming in. Even though there's no money, he's making a Stargate at home. He's abandoning the idea. Mana makes a Stargate. That means he can make oracles. That means he can just be safe. He can take a base. And that means we will have ourselves a game starting at 7 minutes where the Zerg player has Ravagers on one base and, well, Protoss has a Stargate on one base, or 2 bases. Serral needs to start rotating the drone down here. He needs to start thinking about that extra hatchery. This attack is going well. A slow warp in Stalker because this pylon is not in reach. This battery is fully stacked on energy, but there is a lot of energy on these batteries down here. So you can micro back to this area. Serral is constantly producing units. Roaches, Ravagers, and Queens. You will see an Oracle soon, but there's so many Queens, I don't think you can really get something done with an Oracle. Again, a double unpower here on the gateways. Serral is breaking out, but he needs to still fend off this push. And now with the production actually being unpowered, there's 1 gate back up again. He should warp in a Stalker immediately. Oh yeah, of course, the countdown doesn't reset. Like, it does stop as well if they're unpowered. They don't get the fresh unit. And this is gonna be another unpower on that gate. He didn't warp in another unit, so... Man, this is not going well here. He does have the Oracle now. He comes in. He's gonna go for the drones. Oh, no, this could be so big. How many does he get? He gets 3 already. 4, 5. Oh, boy, that's a 4th of the drone count here. It's almost 30%. Yeah, he gets 30%. He gets 6 out of 18. 1 hatchery was made here. And he can now hit these Ravagers as well. Whoa, so he completely... bonkers down the drone count. Fully mineral mining now for Serral. He recognizes this. He just lost a third of his economy, and he needs that drone count to operate and snowball. Mana has 24 probes. He has a lot of workers. He is supply blocked right now. He lost all of these structures. That was so much money. 5,000 minerals. 5,000 minerals worth in structures, mostly, and I guess 1,000 in Stalkers-ish, but wow, so much. Oracles coming in here, they're fine, looking for drones, but they just can't seem to find an opening. A lot of Queens are still left over here, and yeah, Serral just went for the additional hatcheries. He has the Queens, so he can kind of easily get the injects going. Now the Stalkers are still here. They might have been recalled earlier, and they are pressuring that new base that was trying to be established. Let's actually check. No, he didn't recall. Well, maybe he recalled and the recall is already off cooldown. Not sure. So he will be going into the Blink Stalkers next. Does he even have gateways? Oracles! It's still very, very painful to lose even 2 drones from 25. That's a lot again. It's almost 10%. Not as terrible, but yeah, there's no gateways, man. It's a Blinkstalker attack without any gates. We're at 11 minutes into this game and we're finally starting to see the naturals being taken. The third base trying to come online here. And Mana's just producing more and more oracles, which I don't hate. But you kind of need, like, you can snowball the oracles, of course. But you need to be doing more with them than just revelating. Like, you have 3 oracles right now. That's a lot of your army supply. Yes, no, 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 no! Oh, no! And that's where he stops the oracle production. Is that an eye or is that an arse? Oh, he put so much money into those oracles, losing them to biles on top of that. Fleet beacon on 2 bases, which one is operational, by the way. This is starting to look way better and better for Serral here, I have to say. He's very solid, he's getting up actually his macro machine is going. He's getting upgrades. We also have a forge which does complete +1 weapons. That's something he should have already done way earlier, right? During his attack. There's a few links now running across. They're killing a few probes. There's a cannon going up. But it's not done yet. Oracles, 3 of them coming in again. They could kill the queen if they focused it down, but honestly they're so low, you need to be very careful. He's just gonna throw down a few revelations. Again, those kind of staggered. Oh, 1 oracle is gonna survive. 1 HP. Everybody be very silent. It's only 1 HP. If the vibrations in the air are too loud, it might fall apart. Okay, so the oracle does survive. A bunch of links now. But yeah, look at that. Serral's macro is going, man. 9 probes at once. He's going into a hive. He already has the infestation pit down here, of course. He's going into a second upgrade, dual upgrades. +2 melee and the +1 carapace. He has a 4th base finished up. He's starting to saturate that right now. You saw the 10 drones just like on the counter there. Everything's just rallying over there right now. And this is looking very good for Serral. He's starting to look extremely far ahead here in a moment. He's going into a bailing nest and he might just overwhelm Mana before he can ever get up to a good Tempest gun. But honestly, are you gonna make Tempest against Links and Banes? No. You need some AoE. You need some splash. Not sure why he is set on to go into these Tempests right now, but it's even scouted by the Overseer. He even sees the thing. So immediately throws down a spy. He knows he just needs a bunch of corruptors and he can win the game. He's going in now with the ground force. He's going to try to delay a little bit here. But there's the Tempest. They're starting to shoot away at the army. And ooh, that's a nice stasis. You know when it's a really messy game. That's when the pro gamers do miss things like these. Like stasis traps on the map or DTs or something. Is he going to lose the oracles again? Oh my god, he loses another one to the Biles. So 3 Tempests, nice and all. There's 2 more. No, only 1 more? No, there's the second one. Coming in, but there's the bunch of links. So far, the shield battery, like on maximum reach, is helping that stalker out immensely. Queens are trying to push back these Tempests, and now we're going into carriers. More and more warpins behind his links did not break through that wall. Maybe a little bit focus I guess he didn't focus on the correct things there. Could have probably teared down the wall if he was actually focusing on that one. Now he's gonna come into the space. He's gonna try to fight the army. Meanwhile, he is defending against the push here from Mana, the Tempest push. Can he kill a base? That would be kind of nice, but honestly, you're losing a base behind us as well. The Oracles are trying to do their damnedest to kill off these links, but the Stalkers are completely gonna fall here. The Tempest will finish off this base, but already Serral has one behind this. All of the Stalkers do fall. There's no overcharge ready here for the shield batteries, as the Oracles have been overcharged. And yeah, there's the Corruptors. He's gonna recall, is he though? Like, now with the Corruptors showing up like this, it's just a little bit difficult to recall. A lot of transfuses there on the Corruptors, so none of them do fall. And they will completely kill off the Tempest fleet. Wow. Talk about efficient trading here in this last fight in the end. The Stalkers are trying to come in here to help out against this. He wanted to make a nexus here, but of course this is being seen, so he just decides on the different location. But there's already a Ling waiting, which will kill off the probe. The nexus will be done though, no pylon. And now we're going into carriers, but there's already the Corruptors, so yeah, this is looking way better here for Serral. He who gets by a 5th base and a 6th base at the same time. He's going into an Ultralisk Cavern now, of course. Like an Ultralisk with an Infestor Cloud. Trying like with full armor and a carrier. Like you can have 10 carriers and you won't kill one. He's peeing down the main command center or whatever this is here, Nexus. So no more recall into the main base. It's probably the biggest thing, and also that additional chrono boost gone. He's finally working on his +2, by the way. That was so late. Like, yeah, things are not looking good for Mana. This is not gonna work out. We're already at 2-1 for Serral. He can start his additional upgrades. He's going into the +3 attack, but not yet into the additional carapace, which you kind of want if you want to make some ultras. He's getting banging speed. He's getting +1 missile for his air attacks. Things are just amazing here after that initial 11 minutes of chaos. Serral just completely reset himself into a full-on macro machine, and yeah, the chaos is still going on Mana's side. It's just not stopping. Look at that. Probes being just not sent to work, sitting there idle for a moment. He cannot get up the 4th base, which is so necessary because the natural is about to mine out. There's nothing in the main, literally. Like, there isn't even a main. And everything is sitting here at this 4th base is not perfectly balanced. The probe count isn't terrible at 50, but it's definitely not where you want to be at this stage of the game if you're facing almost 80 workers from your opponent. And Serral is just making more. You could go for another base here in the north. He has so many links who are looking amazing at this point with the 2-1 upgrades and adrenal glands. They're gonna chew through buildings like nothing. Mana's gonna do a last attempt here. He has Storm now completed. He has a bunch of Storms stacked up. He has a few Archons, and he's kind of baiting the Corruptors, but already the Ultra transition did happen, so yeah, GG. He's not even gonna give us the last fight. GG is gonna be called here as the 3rd base gets ravaged by links. Mana just says, abandon ship, we will go home, we will not be able to move through Serral in this group.